we got a little Sturgis action going on for you with the meetup and some information and stuff. So let's do this thing. Huh? You ready, LD?
I'm ready.
All right. And now, straight from the law-abiding biker media studio,
out of sunny Yakima, Washington,
we bring you another episode of the
#1 listen to motorcycle podcast.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
That's right. Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%.
That is right, guys. Large and in charge of the motorcycle scene. Know that. After all, the LD, it is a biker revolution.
It is.
Join the biker revolution, guys. You're already part of it if you're listening to this. I do have one question, LD. What is everybody waiting for? Mount up already.
Get out there and ride.
Yeah, let us take you on another wild-ass ride, huh? That's right. Welcome back, everybody. Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast and your
high-tech redneck.
Oh, and I will just publicly bust LD's balls today because Speedy Gonzalez was not so speedy today. We actually, that's all right though. I got to bust his balls because we're friends. No biggie, but thanks for everybody in the live chat room. Of course, we do broadcast live, and they got to hear. In fact, they helped us out a lot, get some audio levels correct before we went, because there's always something, man. But they hung in there in the chat room. We were supposed to go live about 15 ago, and LD had a real unique situation come up, and he made it here, and we just held everybody on chat, and I appreciate you guys being patient. We both, everybody here at Law Abiding Biker Media, remember, has full-time jobs, and I was out instructing the rifle range all day, and LD, but you know what? We're tired, but we get on these mics, and it makes things fun for us. It's probably the highlight of the day, just hanging out with you guys, and after some stressful, regular stuff, and just getting on the mics and chatting with you guys around the world. And we just want to thank everybody in the chat room right now, real quick. I'll just throw out some names. We got Cowboy Fan 8. We know who that is, of course, everybody. That's Jake. Apparently, he can't use his real name in there. I don't know. It's probably just how he's set up. Isn't that him? Cowboy Fan 8?
Loser, yes.
Loser. We got Charles Penner, of course, big supporter. John Patton, big supporters. We got a lot of people in the chat room today. This is awesome. And Matthew Mackey, welcome. And so, yeah, that's just a few. If I missed, I'm sorry. Oh, Martinez, there we go. 10851 Martinez. But yeah, should be a good show, guys. What we got in store for you today is me and LD set this up to be here a couple weeks ago, because as you guys know, Sturgis is coming up. So this episode is really going to be just me and LD hashing out. Of course, everybody here, for the most part, we are going to miss a few, unfortunately, here at the Law Abiding Biker crew. And of course, many of us in the Sworn Few MC, our big, huge trip this year will be the 75th anniversary of Sturgis. All right, dude. LD, what do you got to say, man? Thanks for being here. I know you were stressed trying to get here, but you did it for the community. I know you did.
Made it. I think this is a big deal for us. I've been wanting to go to Sturgis for a couple years now, and when I found out it was like the 72nd or 3rd, about the time I really started thinking about going, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to hold out until the 75th. And actually, it's before the Sworn Few started that Lee and I, Popeye and I were talking about going this year, the two of us. And once we got this whole thing rolling, it worked out pretty good. So now we can incorporate everybody and have a good time.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, and so we'll be talking about the meetup. We are going to have a meet and greet, and we're going to have a ride. And we've got two separate deals going on, patrons, and then we have which is, we're going to get into all this, guys, but I just want to give you a heads up about what the show's about. And then we're going to have a regular meetup for all the other listeners and stuff like that. I do want to say off the top of the show that we do have a new free video, one of many, but I try to throw them out because they've been out for a while, but not everybody knows about them all the time. So we did a new grips install on a Harley Davidson. We actually installed just regular grips on Jake's 2012 Road King before he recently traded that in. But we did regular grips on it. A lot of people just want to do regular grips, and it is a free video. It's over at lawabidingbiker.com/Harley hand grips. Guarantee it's free, and guarantee you will be able to change grips out, any brand of grips, just to get that extra look or comfort level that you want. Of course, we suggest that you get heated grips if you're going to do it. Just wait and do heated grips. There's lots of different styles. Of course, Harley Davidson brand heated grips on that. And we have a video, very popular video for that, guys. That's one of our 4 purchase videos to help pay the bills. And if you want to do heated grips, lawabidingbiker.com/Harley heated grips. And lots of bikers, we're having a lot of communication with bikers all over the world, are successfully installing heated grips based on that video right in their shop or garage, right on the kickstand. So did want to say that real quick. And of course, we're going to talk about some patrons today. And of course, we have a special meetup for our patrons, but I do want to thank, if you want to, LD, you can certainly thank our first patron there. Actually, we have one new patron to thank today.
John Stevens of Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Yes. And thank you, John, so much. A t-shirt coming your way, some stickers, some other stuff that you get when you sign up as a patron. If you want to get involved and be a patron and support this show and make sure that it keeps on going down the road, put a little fuel in the Law Abiding Biker gas tank, lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Basically less than a coffee of a month, guys. You can get involved over there. There's certain levels, a private Facebook group, which we have a ton of awesome conversations and patrons in there and stuff like that. So anyways, we really, really appreciate the patrons because they give us, me and Matt Lurch, you guys know, we were actually, before you got here, LD, for the last hour on a call because it's taken a lot to manage this thing these days, guys, to try to just keep it moving in the right direction. And it's getting, big, but with that comes a lot of extra time and effort. And of course, the stresses go away when I'm on the mic. One of my favorite things to do is chat with you guys. But so that patron, if at all you guys can get over there, we would really appreciate it and see about becoming a patron because it gives us some direction on where we're going with this thing. All right, guys. So with that said, let's talk about, I've got the doc up here, LD. So let's break down, and you know what we need is anybody in the chat room, speak up if you're going to Sturgis this year, to the 75th anniversary. We're going to start getting kind of some information about who's interested in this, who's not, but let's give some dates, LD. Let's talk about, we're going to talk specifically about what we're doing down there, the meetup, the greet, and all that kind of stuff. But let's kind of say, generally speaking, we're taking off on our crew
Thursday, July 30th. We're going to, and this is a funny story. We're going to take the ride that we tried to take 2 years ago that didn't work out because of wildfires.
That's right, because we were in this area.
Right. We tried to go over a big motorcycle destination road, or one of the top motorcycle roads in Northwest is Lolo Pass, and it runs between Lewiston, Idaho, and Missoula, Montana. We got up in the morning, checked the newspaper, and there was a fire and the road was closed. So we had to go about 250 miles out of our way and go around it. And so that sucked.
Yeah, that did suck because I was really looking forward to going. You had talked about Lolo Pass for so long, and I will tell you, I do want to give LD props, guys, before I forget. LD is, like I've told you guys in the past, he planned all this. I went through it the other night. I got some notes for me because I've got some extra stuff, but he planned this ride, and he even planned the meet and greet ride and all that. So he's, appreciate it, buddy. You've done a lot of work on that.
No problem. It's one of the things I enjoy doing.
Now that I busted your balls about being late, I wanted to thank you so you don't kill me.
Yeah, I see that. Day one for us, leaving out of Yakima, Washington to Missoula is going to be about 425 miles. And that's a decent day for us. About 8 hours in the saddle. I mean, not anywhere near our longest.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But
when you're riding for 7 days straight.
Yeah, that's probably an average day for us on a trip. So we'll come into Missoula, spend the night, and get up in the morning. And this is an area of the trip that we did get to do last year, is when I-90 cuts kind of in a little bit south towards Butte, Montana. There at Drummond, you can take Highway 1, and it's a 2-lane road, and it goes into Butte. So I guess the freeway kind of goes southeast, and Drummond Highway 1 goes straight south and then straight west, and they both end up in Butte. And so that's a road we're going to take.
Beartooth Pass, right?
No,
not okay.
This is the area where everybody was at the Dairy Queen. We drove by that lake.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We'll come into Butte, and that's only going to be probably an hour or two into our ride. We're going to stay on 90 for a couple more hours, and then we'll turn south off of 90 and go to a little town called Red Lodge, Montana. And a couple years ago when I did this trip, it's probably been 4 or 5 years ago now, I had lunch there, and it was great. And then we'll go over Beartooth Pass, and that's, I think, the second highest road in the United States. It's at about 11,000 feet. And then when we come down the backside of that, we're going to turn off on Chief Joseph Scenic Byway. And that road has got its own mountain passes, 8,000 feet, which are pretty high.
Yeah.
And then we'll come into Cody, and that's where we'll spend the night on day 2. And that's about 8.5 hours of riding. It's 471 miles. There's spots on Beartooth that are about...
that's the Beartooth Pass, right?
Yeah, if it says 10-mile-an-hour corner, it's pretty dead on. It's about a 10-mile-an-hour corner.
Okay, wow.
So there's quite the switchbacks getting up there.
Hey, real quick, John Patton says he's going to be there Monday and Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, but leaving before the real craziness starts. Yeah, and when we go, just on that note, LD, we're only going to spend actually 1 full day in Sturgis itself. Most of our trip is riding, and it's surrounding Sturgis. Maybe we might spend another day. We do have a free day planned in there, and maybe we'll want to go back into Sturgis, but a lot of what we're going to do is ride around Sturgis, right?
Yeah, we've got a day and a half planned in Sturgis.
Okay, day and a half.
Yeah,
right.
we've got 1 day that's dedicated to go do Sturgis, do what we want. And then we've got a morning ride and an afternoon that will end up there. And so that's 2 days. We can flex our days a little bit if we need to, as far as what concerts are available or whatever.
Right.
And then the last day, we have some guys coming back early because of child care issues or whatever. But the last day of the trip, we left open for if guys saw something they want to do again or saw something that they didn't get to do, we can throw that in, and we can split up that last day, whatever. So guys will have a chance. But
like the nudist parade.
Yes.
If somebody wants to go march in the nude parade down in Sturgis, dude.
Yeah, we're expecting you to be in there.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, I might, dude. I don't know. I'm kind of a nudist.
So on that day 2, we'll it's about 471 miles. We'll end up in Cody. We stayed there 2 years ago. Interesting little town. Kind of fun. And then from there, we've got about a 417-mile ride to Rapid City where we're going to be staying. The issue there is when we're cutting across on where we're going to go up over the mountains through Bighorn National Forest, and then we're going to go north and hit Devil's Tower on the way. And then we'll end up there in Rapid City at a guy that we know, his folks' place. They're offering it up for us. So
yep, we are lucky. We have a place in Rapid City, about 28 miles outside of Sturgis itself, and we're lucky guys because we have that house to stay in. So we'll just ride to that every night. Did you see my document here, dude? I even made little links. So you can go to find out. Because I actually, before we go to Sturgis, I want to know what, me, I want to know what Devil's Tower, I want to know the history of it. So I know what I'm looking at. You know what I mean?
Is that the one you're putting out?
I can put it out to everybody. It has really, really thorough for everybody, but it has some extra stuff too, like lab stuff. Right. But I don't care. I'll put it out to anybody. You think I should? Yeah,
just maybe that, on that, scroll down just a hair. That B right there, you might want to take that out. 2B.
2B where?
417 miles, 7 hours ride time, A and then B.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. No, yeah.
Some addresses.
Right. Oh, you mean put this out to the audience?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll put something out. I thought you meant to the crew.
Oh,
yeah. I already have a web page built, which we're going to get into. I have tickets and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is kind of an internal kind of deal. But yeah. So with that said, we end up in Rapid City, close to Sturgis, and then August 2nd will be our day 1 of actually. So that's just getting there. And
Well,
then, yeah, go ahead.
And we had the advantage. None of us have been to Sturgis before. I rode through it one time. I didn't even blink. Oh, that was Sturgis. Great. It didn't even stop. But the guy whose house we're staying at is actually a cop out here, and we all know him. A couple of our guys in the club actually are his supervisor, and his folks have offered up their house. Well, he grew up back there, so he came to my house, sat down with me, sat down with a map, and said, if you take this route, you can do this, 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 and this.
Oh, yeah, because they're very familiar with the area.
And so he says, this is the best route to take to do the most stuff. And then he goes, on another day, you'll want to take this route. And so he got us all lined out, basically. So hopefully we're getting the most bang for our buck on our ride days.
So that was, okay, so that's how you came up with
The rides at Sturgis.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Does he ride?
No.
Okay, he just knows the routes.
Yeah, well,
I mean, they live there. And
yeah, he grew up there. He lived there all his life, until he moved out here. But
right.
yeah, him and old Chumley came over. And we sat down with the Google on the computer, and we basically created the rides for each day.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. All right, so day one of Sturgis. Now let's get a little bit deeper here. Here's where we're really going to get into the meetup, the meet and greet, guys. And you know what? We want to do this, and we certainly want to meet whatever patrons are down there. We want to meet the regular listeners, and we put it together. I don't know if it's kind of hit and miss depending on who's going to be there, what days. Obviously, not everybody can be there, or like John Patton, we'll see, because day 2 Sturgis is, the patron. And so he might, Tuesday we will be there, so he might be able to do it. But we're going to throw out basically all the details to you guys of the meet and greet. And of course, we're going to hopefully follow up with emails coming up. And of course, as people sign up, you'll get the more information and stuff like that. So with that, do you want to talk about the Monday, August 3rd, guys?
Okay, so, real quick, August 2nd is our Sturgis Day, our first Sturgis Day. So that's just going to be go downtown Sturgis, see what we can see. So Sunday, the 2nd. So Monday, August 3rd is our first ride day. So we're going to leave the house there in Rapid City, and we're going to hit Rushmore. We're going to go south from Rushmore on the Pigtail.
I read about that.
And then take Needles Highway south. And then we're going to return just to the east of the National Forest there. There's a road that goes back, returns you to Rapid City. That's what we're going to take. And that's kind of that day. Rushmore, I'm expecting to take a little bit of time. The Pigtail looks like it's going to be slow going, but good riding.
Yeah, it looks fun. That's the bridge, right? The Pigtail? Isn't that a bridge?
Well, it goes up over a mountain, it looks like, and the road on the map looked like it looped around on itself.
Yeah, that's what a pigtail is, I guess.
Yeah.
The road comes and loops back on itself, and I think they even have pigtail bridges. I've read in the past. So here, guys, this is the patron day, guys. If you are a patron, and or if you sign up as a patron within the next couple months before Sturgis, and you're going to be down there, this is what we're going to do, guys. So Monday, August 3rd is our patron. We're going to go on a ride, the crew and all that. This is what we're going to do. And of course, the patrons, there's no charge. You guys already, really, really support the show. This is something we want to do for you if you're going to be there. We did it last year. We had Greg Gaxiola and stuff down in California, and he came over. So we're actually going to invite you guys, the patrons, to the private home that we are going to be staying at. And we are going to basically have dinner for you. Of course, it's all on Law Abiding Biker Media. We're just going to chill like we did last year, and we're going to visit and have a few beers if you like beer. And we'll have, I don't even know what, but we'll go grocery shopping, and you don't need to bring anything. That dinner, we want to tell you guys all the details, minus locations, of course, because we understand, like John's planning. He needs to know, what day and what time. So we are going to give you guys some stuff. The actual details won't go to you till, patrons, it'll go out a little bit earlier. But we will get, the exact location and address. But we at least want you to say, if it's workable for you, Monday, August 3rd, that will be the patron-only dinner meet and greet at the private home where we just chill with you and talk like biker buddies, man. That's all it's going to be. And because we're doing a lot of riding, it's not going to go extremely late, of course, because we've tried that before, and it doesn't work so well when we stay up too late. So, but it'll be a really nice little just chat and get to know each other. We can, do some photos, and I'd like to get photos with you guys if you're up for that. So we can maybe put on the lab page and stuff. But again, that is the official patron meetup. Again, Monday, August 3rd at 18:30 hours. That's 6:30 p.m. And we will be sending out, first of all, if you're listening, which our patrons do because they're supporters, hit us up and email us at lawabidingbiker.com /contact, or you can just hit me up at ryan@lawabidingbiker.com and let me know that you plan on and you would like to attend the official patron meetup, Sturgis meetup, so that I can start putting names together of which patrons are going. And because we kind of need to have a head count. And then I'm eventually going to email all of you guys and, double check and see what's going on there. But we really need to have a list so we know groceries and that kind of stuff. And then, like I say, I will get you the exact meetup location sometime very short, right before Sturgis, so that you know. But please email me, ryan@lawabidingbiker.com, and let me know. I would like to attend the official patron Sturgis meetup or something like that. Put it in your subject line, and I will start a little spreadsheet. Anything else on that or think I should do on the patrons as far as getting a list going? I mean, I have all their email address because they sign up as patrons, so I suppose we could at the very least put out a group email and try to get a head count.
Yeah, no, sounds good. Yeah, we'll start working on that whole project. I think the location and time's pretty much set.
Yes.
We just got to nail down what we're going to do for dinner and all that. So
right, yeah, we'll
we might not know till we get there, because I don't know what our cooking situation is and stuff like that. I don't know if they got a barbecue.
Oh yeah, good point.
We aren't going to be able to go fill a propane tank. I don't know who's going to hold that thing.
So basically, what LD's saying is he's gonna feed you Taco Bell.
That may happen.
No, we're not doing. We'll try to do something real fancy for you. I mean, within reason. But we really do. Our patrons, I talk about it, and people probably get tired of it, but I'm telling you, you guys mean so much to us, man, that you're willing to, put out a certain amount per piece of content, and we really, really want to show you our appreciation. We don't get to do it all the time, and that's, our time to really do that. And hopefully if this goes well, this is our first meetup. I mean, technically it's our first organized meetup because we did it last year with Greg and stuff. Of course, it was seat of the pants and it was a last minute thing with him. But
Patton says hot dogs are okay.
All right. Oh, Patton's easy, dude. He's easy. No, John, we can't just give that, man. I'd feel bad. I got to give you something a little better. I'm hoping like some steaks or something, man.
As much time as I've been in the studio and stuff, I'm demanding steaks.
Yeah, you guys definitely get steaks, no doubt, dude. And then you guys are a blessing, really, to come over and like you, even with situations, and still make it over here. But our Martinez in the chat room says, "Damn, sound like fun, but I got to work," and that sucks. Our Martinez. That's why we haven't went to Sturgis the last quite a few years, because we can never all get it together. And for the most part, it worked. Unfortunately, Lurch will be one of the ones you'll get to meet everybody else for the most part.
I think everyone that's been on a podcast.
Oh yeah, good point.
Cuz
no, Cuz is not coming.
So Cuz and Lurch are out, but everyone else, Popeye, Oscar, Chewy,
Rick, Big Daddy.
Yep.
No, is he?
Jake?
Is Big Daddy gonna be? No, he's not meeting you. Yeah.
No, he's gonna be there later.
Okay, Jake will be there, but yeah. So
you and I,
it'll be fun, guys. Yeah, we had
wives.
Yeah, a couple wives, exactly. We'll just sit around lawn chairs and just shoot the breeze. It'll be great. But
when we did this with Greg last summer, it was one of my funnest.
It really
times
was
of that trip. I mean, because Greg, he was a good dude.
He is, and we sit here in the studio, somewhat isolated from you guys, but it's amazing what we can do online these days, and we can all get the the biker revolution going here. But we chat and we really get to know you guys in the Facebook group. But it is so nice just to sit down with you guys and learn about. I mean, we kind of know each other, but man, I really like to get to know you guys. Like ask about how many kids you got, and more personal type kind of stuff that you would ask, just regular friends. And man, that really seals the deal on, long-term relationships and your arms, you kind of spread out a little bit, because then you got, friends all over the world, basically, depending on where you're riding. And it's kind of just a cool feeling. Thought it was really cool to do that. So that is it for patrons. You don't need to do tickets. You don't need to do anything like that. We got everything covered. It's just a matter of letting me know that you plan, and the sooner the better, guys, so we can get that list going and really, really have an idea. All right, dude, do you want to go into this, LD? And you know what we should do real quick is...
what should we do real quick?
Well, I don't know, dude, but I'm thinking we should thank this gentleman right here. You see him there? A donation.
Yeah, I see you're hammering me. Keith Nusanov of Moncton, Maryland.
You got it, buddy. And thank you so much. He's just a regular, not just a regular donor, but he's a flat donation. And of course, we appreciate that too, guys. lawabidingbiker.com/donate. Every little bit right now counts, guys, because we're really trying to push forward with this in 2015 and just keep things going the way they are. All right, guys. So again, thanks for that donation. Thanks for getting involved. All right. So with that said, let's go into day, which would be day for us. It would be day 4, right? No, day 3. Yeah. So day 2 in Sturgis is the Patron, Monday, August 3rd.
Yeah. Day 3, Tuesday, the 4th.
So yeah. So again, just so we don't confuse it, Monday, August 3rd at 6:30 p.m. will be the official patron only. And you will have to have been a patron for at least 3 months. So you got to get signed up quick, 3 months prior to Sturgis. And we will get hooked up. And that's just because of planning, guys. We just can't have somebody, last minute, or 2 weeks before, because by the time we try to get a hold of you and get the information, it's just, I kind of need to have, I'll actually put it out as long as it's a month before. I think that's fair.
Yeah, we can work that.
Yeah, we can work a month. We really are not doing anything to try to screw you guys. We just, I got to know, man, because this is a lot of planning that we need to do. And patrons, I'm just saying, we'll probably have some little gifts or something, some grab bags. Who knows what I'll come up with in appreciation for you guys. So go ahead, LD, and move to the next day, and let's talk about the regular listener meetup.
Okay, so anybody out there that listens to us that wants to meet us, we want to meet you.
Absolutely.
So on Tuesday, August 4th, we're going to have a meetup. And this is something that Ryan keeps track of, all this kind of stuff. He listens to all these podcasts and meetup deals and everything else
on how to do this kind of stuff.
So he's going to have it to where you have to pre-register. And it's going to be a small fee, just so we're...
$25 is what I have it set at. It's a $25 ticket entry.
So we're not going to show up and have one person there. So we got people, so they're committed. So we're going to meet at an undisclosed location. You'll get that information once you sign up. And it's going to be a 9:30 kickstands up at a location in Rapids. It'll be at somewhere in Rapid City because that's where we're staying. So 9:30 kickstands up. We're probably going to have some giveaways at different stops along the way at that deal. And that ride is going to take us from Rapid City over to Crazy Horse because we want to see that monument that's in the works. And then we want to see Deadwood. And then that's our half day in Sturgis. So we'll probably end it in Sturgis at a park, or we'll try to find a place. I don't know how that's going to work with as busy as it's going to be, but we'll probably end it somewhere either just prior to or in Sturgis. And then people would be free to, I guess, mingle around with us or get back to what they've got going. We'll probably hang out in Sturgis that day, and that's going to be about a 90-mile ride. We're thinking, 2 or 3 hours of ride time there. Because we'll be on some back roads, and I think most of the roads are going to be pretty busy, but you'll get a chance to see how we ride. Maybe. I think we're going to ride a little bit different back there. We usually,
probably because we've got a group.
We usually ride 2 abreast, and I think we're probably going to be riding probably in single file back there because of the amount of inexperienced riders possibly coming over the center line. We've heard that that's one of the biggest cause of accidents back there. So we do not want to give ourselves no room to maneuver if some idiot that's never ridden comes across the line at us.
Yep.
So we're going to have to change the way we ride. If you want to know how we really ride, ask Greg. I think he was a little surprised and impressed at the same time.
Or frightened, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that too.
So, and this is what's cool is honestly, guys, LD has planned a lot of this, and then I've made a document and plan, and I spent about 6 hours the other night really trying to get this nailed down. So I'm sitting here with LD not having talked to him, so you guys are hearing it basically like I would sit down and bullshit with him if we didn't even have mics. And so let me throw this at you, LD, and you jump in. Here's what I'm planning. I have a web page that I've built. It's not out yet. And the URL for that, guys, by the time you hear this, of course, the live audience, you can't go to it. It's not live yet. But by the time this podcast in podcast format airs, it will be at lawabidingbiker.com/Sturgis. Again, /Sturgis. It's that simple.
That doesn't even make sense.
I know. I don't even know where I came up with that, dude. No doubt. And that is where you will go. And from there, all the following information that me and Rob are about to talk to you about right here will be there. I actually spent an ass load of time on it because I want it to be very professional and very informational, and so that there's no confusion about what's going on with the meetup. And so I've just about got it completed. Let's talk about real quick. Again, the regular meetup for everybody is Tuesday, August 4th.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's going to be a kickstands up at 9:30. So that might be something you may have to plan ahead on.
I did. And so here's what I did, and tell me what you think.
All right, let's hear it.
This is what the web page says, and this is what I'm telling you guys. We will meet we're not going to give you the location yet. The only way you're going to get the location is you got to purchase a ticket. You got to be committed. And that's one of the reasons, guys, we're not making a ton of money off this, okay? $25, we have to have a head count. And if we just did it for free, guys, a lot of people would sign up and then never show up. And I got to haul this. I'm going to have grab bags and some prizes for people. I mean, you guys understand out there, we really need to know. And we need people that are committed, that are going to be there, so we have a head count and we can organize this thing. So that's where we are charging for it. And of course, it's a little money that I can put back into getting some prizes for you guys and some grab bags and stuff like that. I don't know exactly what I'm going to bring. We'll pack what we can. Again, we're on motorcycles, but so LD, what I planned and what I'm saying on this podcast, unless you change my mind and I change the web pages, we will meet at the undisclosed location at 8:30 a.m. That gives people time.
Okay, hang on. Before you go any further.
Go ahead.
How are we planning this little patron dinner going? Because I don't know if I'm going to be up that early.
No, well, that's what I said earlier. I said we're not going to go really late on the patron dinner because...
I'll be fine because I get up at 5 a.m.
Right.
But the rest of you guys...
Yeah.
I know how it is getting you guys out of bed sometimes.
Because the location that we're leaving from, I mean, we can change it, but I'm thinking 8:30 a.m. because some people won't get there till 8:45, some 9, but that gives us an hour to mingle in the parking lot. Right. I can give out a few prizes. We can meet each other, kind of figure out, we can talk a little bit about riding and how we're going to ride some safety stuff.
And we can talk before we get on the bikes, because once you're on the bike, there's only going to be a few opportunities to talk to us.
So is that fair, LD? Am I thinking clear there? 8:30 a.m. I'll be there at 8:30. A few of us, and we will start BSing with people. I'll hopefully raffle a few things. And what I mean by raffle is once you buy a ticket, you're already signed up. And of course, I just want to say, all patrons, the night before we're going to have dinner with you guys at the private residence, of course, you're all welcome for this ride. And of course, you do not need to buy a ticket. Okay. Let me make that clear.
That was my question. I texted you a second ago.
Oh, did you? Okay. Oh, my phone's up here. I thought I was looking on chat. I thought that's where it was. Okay. So yeah, absolutely not. Patrons do not. You are more than welcome. And we will remind you the night that we're having dinner, or maybe you're a patron and you can't make the dinner, but you can make this ride. Well, just email me and say, I know who you are, and say I'm a patron and I plan on I can't make the dinner, but I will be at the ride. Trust me, we will be letting you ride for free. Okay.
For sure.
For sure. And you will get prizes and raffle. You're already entered in everything if you're a patron. That's how much we appreciate our patrons. We are going to take care of you. So this is just for regular. So there it is, official, guys. You heard it right here. We just hammered it out. Tuesday, August 4th. All right. It will be in a location in Rapid City, and we will give you the location. $25 to enter the meet and greet, hangout, and the ride. And those tickets probably will close about 2 weeks before Sturgis. I'll take the webpage down and nobody else will be allowed, just so we can really solidify things and understand the number. The way it will work, LD, is what I'm thinking is I have the page pretty much done. You'll go to the webpage, lawabidingbiker.com/Sturgis. You'll hit a button. You'll purchase your ticket. All the information's right there. You will get an immediate PDF download, which is your ticket, and it will give you a few details. And then we have your emails, and right about 2 weeks before Sturgis, we will actually send you a follow-up document that says you're still registered, and this is the location that we will meet. And you guys understand why we're doing that, because if we just put that on a podcast format, we could have all kinds of people just kind of trying to get in on it, and we wouldn't have a good head count. We wouldn't know who paid and who didn't. So we're trying to keep it organized. And I don't even know how many people are going to sign up really, because it's hit and miss, depending on who's at Sturgis and what times and what your schedule is. And that's why we're giving you as much as we can. So 8:30, where we're going to meet, undisclosed location. 9:30, I guarantee 9:30 kickstands will be up. We will go. So if you're late, we just cannot wait. And it, like LD says, it's a 90-mile ride around Crazy Horse Deadwood back to Sturgis. You can plan. That's 3 hours in the saddle, guys. And then we're going to do some stops along the way, like LD said. And during those stops, is my plan is to hand out a few more prizes and draw some names. We'll have everybody's names, and that's why we're planning. And yeah. Now, LD, I have a question for you.
What?
All right. So we're on this ride, and my question was, we're leaving at 9:30. This is going to take us through lunchtime. What do you think about lunch, dude? So people do. Should they bring something in their saddle? Are there places to eat, dude? I mean, because that's going to be a question people have. Here, we're hammering it out right here, dude.
Okay. Here's my suggestion.
Oh, that's bullshit.
No, this is straight up how it is. So we're going to leave at 9:30. We'll be riding for about 3 hours. That's going to put you at 12:30. Bring a granola bar. We'll end in Sturgis, find a food vendor.
All right.
I mean, I don't think
That's what I'm asking.
We're not going to be able to roll in anywhere with 30 people. They'd shit.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But are there places along the way, like, are we going to stop, like, is there convenience stores and stuff where a guy could grab a burrito or something if he wants? I mean, we're not all going to eat together, but if we stop to take a piss.
Oh, yeah, all those times I've been to Sturgis, there's like 8 on the way. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
Dude, this might be something that, this might be something that we follow up on so that I can put it in the PDF download when people purchase tickets. Because, you know what I mean? I don't want somebody to show up and think that there's convenience stores along the way.
Tell them to bring a snack.
Bring a snack. Come prepared. Okay, I'll tell them that.
Yeah.
I mean, the PDF.
There's no way we'll be able to. I mean, we aren't going to be able to pack a barbecue or accommodate them.
No, what I'm saying is,
and we'd overwhelm any place we went to. So tell them, bring something.
Right. But depending on, what if we only get 5 that sign up? You know what I mean? So I guess we kind of have to play that by ear. But I guess, do you know off the top of your head, LD? I mean, we have to stop places. We're going to stop and take breaks and take pictures, and where I'm going to give out prizes. Are there convenience centers along the way where a guy can run in and get a candy bar or not? Or do you know?
I don't have any idea.
Okay. I didn't know because the map, I didn't get into the map and doing the satellite to find out.
I don't follow, I don't zoom in to where an inch is a half a mile and it tells me the mini mart.
I don't know. I mean, I could look it up. I don't know. I just didn't have time, but I could certainly, anybody can get on there. But you're right. I didn't have time either. So, all right. So with that said, come prepared, throw some stuff in your saddlebags because that might be one of those days and it's going to be busy. And even if there are convenience stores, it's going to be overwhelmed with bikes. And who knows if you want to stand in line for 20 minutes for a burrito or if we can even be there for 20 minutes. So I think that's a good level-headed approach, LD, to just, be prepared just in case with some food and beverage and that kind of stuff. You should always be prepared with that, especially when you're riding around Sturgis, because trying to get in anywhere can be an absolute nightmare. So there we go, guys. And that's about, like I said, about 3 hours in the saddle. You can probably plan with stops at least 4, right, LD? Maybe 4 hours, 3 hours in the saddle, and then if we stop, LD is totally in his zone texting.
Oh, these guys are asking questions in chat room.
No problem. No problem.
They asked. It's actually a good question.
Well, yeah, bring it up.
This might be dumb, he says. But it's a good question. He says, do you guys use radio communications while riding or just hand signals? He also said, do you ride side by side or staggered? Which we answered. We're probably going to we usually ride side by side, but
We usually probably
ride single file just because of the inexperience of other people in the area.
You guys got to understand Sturgis. Your biggest danger in Sturgis, if you've never ridden there, is other bikers, and they do not know how to ride, and they will come across that center line because they're taking corners too fast and they're inexperienced, and they will take you out.
Right.
And we usually do ride two abreast, but I don't know, in that one we might be single file.
Right. And no offense to any of our listeners, but even if we rode side by side, we probably wouldn't let you in our pack, just because we've ridden with people in the past that can't hold a lane, let alone half of a lane. And I don't know who you are or how you ride. So typically we don't let people in our pack. Now,
good point. We're handlebar to handlebar, and we've ridden thousands and thousands of miles together to do that without even thinking about it.
But hand signals, we do operate off of hand signals, but I think we have three guys in the club that'll be out there that are capable of radio communications. I'm not. I could care less what Ryan's thinking or what he wants to tell me. He can tell me next time we stop. But Popeye, or not, I'm sorry, not Popeye, Oscar. And Big Rick won't be there. So Oscar and Sarge, those two have radio communications.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So whether they carry their boom mics, I don't know. I think Sarge always does. Oscar's in a half helmet a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I don't have it on my bike. So.
Here's a jackass story for you, real quick to break the mood here. This jackass sitting in the studio with me, LD. Yeah, this is how important communications are. So we went up to Ellensburg a couple days ago, and we went up there and met the Wenatchee guys, and they came down and we met halfway. We had a beer and a burger, and LD pulls up to me all frantic, and we got our face masks on. It's windy, it's cold. We got our half helmets. I can't hear because of all the exhaust. And he's waving at me. He pulls up right next to me, and we, even while we're riding, he taps me on the shoulder. That's how kind of close we ride, guys. And he nails my shoulder, and he's riding right next to me, handlebar to handlebar, and he's like trying to get my attention, and I can't understand what he's saying. So we get stopped at a stop sign, and I'm like, dude, what the frick do you need? He goes, slug bug. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? You wanted to get my... So that's the kind of shit, that's about the kind of freaking communication we do is stuff like that. But everything else, we run all on a hand signal. But this really shouldn't affect this ride, guys, because we're going to brief you before. We're all going to ride together, and when the front bike pulls over, if we're single file, then everybody pulls over, and we can do the prize and the raffles and whatnot. And then, of course, that will just depend on how busy the road is and the opportunities to pull over. But at any rate, is when we can, we will get those prizes out and stuff. So, yeah, that's what else you got to say about? You got any other?
I got another really good question on the chat. He says, "Are we riding with colors?"
Yeah, when we're riding,
what we won't around Sturgis, and the reason is,
I see what you're saying. Like we're gonna ride down there in colors. Yes.
My thought is we'll probably ride to Cody, and then that when we leave Cody that day we're heading, we'll take them off, because we are. Hang on.
What do you got? You got somebody in the chat room?
Yeah, I was just reading something they posted, but
yeah, no problem.
We ride all the time with our colors, but we're cops, and we're signified pretty recognizable as cops with our colors, and I don't want problems on my day off.
And we really don't want any problems when we have regular listeners riding with us.
Right.
If quite honestly, if regular listeners weren't riding with us that day, we probably wouldn't. We probably would wear our colors. It's just, we don't want, there's always the possibility, guys. We deal with that. I would hate for you guys to be with us and, to get wrapped up in something that, we're ready to deal with because we're armed. I don't know everybody's stuff, and that's what we do for a living. We're not real worried about it. But when we're doing that kind of public thing, in that area, we just really talked about that. And we actually did. We talked about it as a club, and we're like,
at a meeting.
Yeah, at a meeting. We're just like, you know what? When we do the regular listener ride, let's not wear colors and just not even ever stand a chance of bringing them into a situation that they don't need to be in, just because of what we do for a living. And we're doing that for you guys. So I hope that doesn't offend anybody. but we're doing it for that very reason. It's just kind of a safety issue. And so that was our discussion. So hopefully everybody's okay with that. Yeah. What else you got on that? Anything else, LD?
Nope.
Okay.
At 9:30, kickstands up.
Yep.
And if you're not there, you probably won't catch us.
Bring your cameras. Really it's about us meeting you guys. I know we call it a meetup, meet and greet, but you guys know us by now, all our loyal listeners. We're pretty humble guys, man. And we really want to just meet you. So it's more, I want to give some giveaways and I want to make it a cool thing and I want to go on this ride with you guys. I want to get my picture with you. I want to have some memories of some of the listeners and some, I can post it on Facebook and some of that stuff and just really get a connection with you guys down there. So if you haven't signed up, like I say, now would be the time. If you've thought about being a patron, now would be the time. And if you're going to be down there, we'll get you in on that private dinner. And then, of course, all our regular listeners, lawabidingbiker.com/Sturgis. For that ride, it will be Tuesday, August 4th. And again, you purchase the ticket and then I will send you right away. It'll be automatic. It will just download a PDF with some information and then about 2 weeks before. And don't forget, you patrons, hit me up ASAP, Ryan at lawabidingbiker.com, and let me know that you're a patron and that I already know you are, but just remind me in the subject line or something. And I'll start a spreadsheet and we'll figure out what kind of groceries we need and beer and drinks and all that kind of stuff for you guys down there. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time, and we'll do some follow-up with you guys throughout the podcast. So make sure you're tuning in and all that kind of stuff, because if any little minor details, but we're going to be doing some promo stuff to remind you guys as we go along about the meetup and stuff. I'll put together something so that we can remind you the date and time and all that. So after that, guys, like LD said, so we're going to end back at that day that they ride with us after the 90-mile ride and the 3 hours in the saddle with stops, 4 or 5. We're going to end up back in Sturgis. Is that right?
That is correct.
And that's our other half day in Sturgis?
That's our other half day, yeah.
Okay. So you guys are welcome. We're just basically that day after we get back, we're pretty much, going to break off and you guys are more than welcome to stay with, and we're just going to walk around Sturgis and check shit out. That's really the there's no big plans there, man. So nothing exciting going on other than walking around Sturgis and just checking shit out and seeing the sights and eating some food and all that kind of stuff. But to bring your cameras and all that kind of stuff, I'm sure you will, guys, because we would love to get, photos, or if you want to get photos and all that kind of stuff at the meetup. And again, we will have that hour from 8:30 to 9 in the parking lot to really do that. Afterwards, it's kind of going to be, I'm sure some guys are going to break off and stuff. So that would be the time. All right. So with that, we're out at Wednesday, August 5th. That's our day 4 in Sturgis. And we've got some cool stuff. You guys should check out the Badlands, right, LD?
Yes.
If you get to ride that, we're going to end up riding that in the 240 loop. All right. And if you haven't looked that stuff up, really, really cool stuff. What's this? Now, I want to know this. This is an interesting subject. So I was doing this document and all that for putting this together for the show and all that, and I kind of went over LD's notes and stuff. We're doing Badlands, Phillips, The Wall, and I've got links to this, and then No Panties Saloon, Rapid City, South Dakota. What in the hell is No Panties Saloon, dude? It's not a saloon. You said it wasn't. No, that's all I could find, dude.
It's apparently on Wednesday during the rally in Hewlett, Wyoming, I think it is. They have a thing called No Panties Wednesday. And
what's the name of the city?
Hewlett.
Okay.
Hewlett, Wyoming. I think it's almost.
I'm going to change this note. It's not a saloon. Okay.
No, and
because I want to be in that saloon. But
yeah, right. That's where Derek, the guy whose parents' house we're staying at, told us that we have to go to No Panties Wednesday. He said Sturgis in the 70s is how No Panties Wednesday is. He said it is crazy. He said a lot of fun, but it's kind of out of control.
Remind me what it is, though.
It's a whole town. The town.
It's a whole town.
Yeah, he says just go to Hewlett, Wyoming. It's No Panties Wednesday. Apparently they shut the streets down, and it's a good time.
Wow, dude. Okay, there you go. We're gonna try to hit that for sure. That'll be interesting. Yeah, all I could find on it, because I couldn't find a lot of information, and it came up with some Facebook page. But yeah, cool. And then
if just about everybody I've talked to about going back to Sturgis has said, you got to go to No Panties Wednesday.
Okay, dude.
So, I don't know. We
don't really want to. I don't really want to, just based on the name. I don't want anything to do with that.
I can see it on your face.
Yeah, dude. But we will go. Just the only reason is, guys, so we can bring the information back to you guys and tell you what that is about. Really, I kind of feel like we're just reporters.
Christopher Cruz says Pantyless Wednesday is where it's at.
Oh yeah,
so he must have been there. He knows.
Christopher Cruz in the chat room now, man. We got a lot of chat guys in here. This is awesome.
There's
tonight,
a lot. There's about 10 of them in there.
Yeah, that's sweet, man. Thanks for being in there, guys. Really. So then, I apologize for LD's coughing in your ears.
Yeah, I need another beer.
You're coming down with a cold, dude.
I'm just getting over it, I think.
Okay, yeah, I can hear it in your voice. So then we're lucky because we'll just finish up here real quick and then we'll get out of here, guys. But Thursday, August 6th, it's another free day for us. We'll decide what we want to do. And then the 7th, we're out and we're headed back, and it's going to be throttle down freeway. LD is taking off with another member of the club, Big Daddy Rick Kane. You guys have heard him on the podcast. They're heading out. Tell just where you're going real quick.
We're going to go to Peoria that day, Illinois, and then to Pittsburgh the next day.
So these LD has a function in Pittsburgh, and they're going to end up over there, and the rest of the crew, we're heading back, and it's really the 7th, we're Sturgis, South Dakota to Butte, Montana, freeway, throttle down, 516 miles, 8 hours. Then Saturday, August 8th, we are right back into good old Yakima, Washington, which is where Law Abiding Biker Media and where we all kind of reside in and around that area. And that's all freeway riding, 499 miles, 7.5 hours saddle time. Of course, with stops, it's a lot longer than that. But that's kind of the plan, guys. Hopefully that gives you some decent information about what to expect. Again, by the time this podcast airs, lawabidingbiker.com/Sturgis. And I will send something out to all the patrons, but, kind of giving you a heads up if you, but like I say, most of the patrons, I think they all do listen like faithfully. And so they should get this information. With that said, we probably have a real quick, we're about ready to get out of here, guys, but let me see if we can handle an email here real quick. Oh, this was interesting. A little tip or trick. This was Chris, and I think it's Such, Scheuch, and he sent me an email recently about CVOs. And this will be interesting, LD, because I don't know if your CVO is this way, but he sent me an email and he says, with a question about how to turn the 2014 CVO model ignition switch to accessory mode. Now I'll tell you, on the 2014 Street Glide Special and most other bikes, you guys know, you take the accessories, your ignition switch, you turn it one to the right is ignition, the next is the accessory position. Is that how your CVO is?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, this was interesting. So of course, we help bikers all the time. We're answering an ass load of emails, and we got this one, and I'm like, that's interesting. I go, well, I told him, I said, well, just take I even sent him a picture. I said, no, bro, it's easy. You just take your ignition switch, turn it to the right. That's ignition. Turn it one more. That's is it the accessory? Because he wants to play his music while he's washing his bike. And if you guys don't know, if you leave your ignition on for like 5 minutes, it tends, I think in the new models, it will shut your bike down and you won't be able to listen because it's trying to salvage your battery because your headlight's on and stuff. So it was funny. I sent him that and I'm like, that's weird. I learn stuff every day, guys, just like you out there. That's why I appreciate people educating us too, so we can get it out to you. But he says he finally figured it out. He does not, on his 2014 CVO, he does not have a second position to turn to accessory. All he's got is ignition, and that's it. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Well, he found it out for you guys. Here you go. So I'm sharing what he learned and what he sent. This was not me that figured this out. He actually, I think, contacted the dealer or something. So on 2014 CVOs, and it may be that way for 2015s, is on the left controls, there's a top switch, just like on my bike. On that top control, on your control cluster, there's a button up there, and that actually controls your odometer and your trip button, guys, for your trip meters now. Used to be a little rubber button up by the gauges, but now it's a switch, just like on my bike. Up on the left control cluster, there's a flat switch up there right on top where you can adjust your trip A, trip B, and your odometer. Well, with the bike off, now you hold this button down for 2 seconds, and that puts the bike into accessory mode. Is that...
Wow, who figured that out?
No, well, no shit. And that's why, that's why he's emailing us, and I'm giving him some answer that I know how. And so there you go, guys. that's a little tip or trick for the day. And I thought it was a really useful little information. So if you have a CVO 2014, 2015, or you know anybody that has it and they don't know how to do that, again, with the bike off, hold that button up on top of the left control cluster, your odometer button, for 2 seconds, and that will put it in accessory mode. Wow, you got anything, last words before we head out here, buddy?
I do not.
All right, guys. We really appreciate it. Man, that was an interactive chat room. And I'm sorry, guys, it's just LD and I in the studio tonight. And sorry it was a little bit late. But hey, that stuff happens, guys. We're working full time, and we're still trying to get in here for you and do this thing. And this is one of those tired nights, trust me, because I'm going to go face first because I got to do all day training, a bunch of new guys tomorrow. So anyways, appreciate all you guys in the chat room. Thanks for being involved. We'll hopefully make this meetup a success. Thanks, LD, for making it here, even with some of the situation that you had to deal with and being late and all that. So don't forget, guys, get signed up for the Amazon affiliate link. Anytime you buy something at Amazon, lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon. Just bookmark that baby. So lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon, just bookmark it and call it Help Lab or Lab Fuel Tank, whatever. And anytime you click on that link and go purchase anything on Amazon, even panties, even pink panties, even
No panties,
whatever you buy, I don't care. We don't know what you buy. All we know is that if you do that, we get a small kickback. That's right. No additional cost to you. So it's as simple as making a bookmark for that, guys. And that helps us out a lot. All right, guys, Lab Podcast Hotline, 509-731-3548. Call it, leave a message, let us know what you want to know about, ideas, content, all that kind of stuff, or an internet voicemail right from the speaker to the computer anywhere in the world for free, lawabidingbiker.com/voicemail. And of course, just our general contact, lawabidingbiker.com/contact. Get into that free email club, guys, so you know when we're putting out new free videos. And I'll probably actually put out a meetup email to the email club, lawabidingbiker.com/email club. So make sure you're signed up for that. I'll put out Sturgis information, meetup information, everything right there. All right, guys. Last, if you can, rate us in iTunes or Stitcher Radio, lawabidingbiker.com/iTunes or /Stitcher Radio. The reason is that bumps us up in the rankings. Make sure bikers from all over the world have a better chance of finding us and can join the biker revolution. Peace out. Keep the rubber side down.
and the shiny side up.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We are done with the podcast, and thanks for all you that, sorry again that we started a little bit late. And actually, that's the first time we've ever done that since we started doing live episodes. So I'm actually pretty impressed with that. It's bound to happen as things come up and our lives are crazy, but we always try to get it on that hour so you guys aren't sitting there waiting. Don't forget when you're listening or the time comes to refresh your pages, guys. So what I mean by that is, and when you're waiting for us to go live, you're not going to hear us if you just sit there, because a lot of browsers only refresh automatically once in a while. So manually go up and hit that refresh button. You'll have a better chance of hearing when we start talking and that kind of stuff. So, here, Matthew McKay, love the app. Can get the first few episodes now. Yeah, sweet, Matthew. Thank you for that information. I'll have to look. So I think what Matthew's saying, iTunes only holds a certain amount of back catalog of episodes. And so that's a very good point, Matthew. And I'm glad you brought that up. So iTunes only back catalogs so many, so you might not be able to get our very first episodes, depending. You can always get them on the website. They're all there. But if you get the app, lawabidingbiker.com/app, it's free, Android, iTunes, iOS devices, Apple, all that. You can get everything all the way back if you just found us or recently found us and you want to start back cataloging, guys. The app's awesome. There's notes. You can call us directly and all that kind of stuff. But thanks for being involved in Chatwing. Keep checking back the live page, lawabidingbiker.com/live. And also, if you guys didn't get signed up for the free live email list, very simple right there on the live page, as you can see over to the right-hand corner. It takes about 2 seconds that way. The only thing that comes out on that list is when we're going live, as you guys saw this morning. Something went out and lets you know that we're going that night live, and there's a button, and we let you know the times. You can just come back and push that button. It takes you right to the live page. Try to make it easy for you guys to consume the content. But all right, guys, so many good episodes in there, Matthew. Oh man, thanks, Charles Penner. He's just telling, you see that in there? Charles Penner telling Matthew, yeah, there's so many good episodes in there, Matthew. And we haven't erased any, guys, all the way back to episode 1. When I was podcasting the first 2 by myself in the closet with nothing more than an iPad and a cheap microphone. Wow. It's amazing, where we've come from there, and really, it's because we're going to try to keep plugging along, guys. It's a lot of work, and as soon as I get on the mic, I'm okay, but it can be a lot of extra work and stress. And so the support really keeps us motivated to keep this thing going for you guys. So, yeah.
Good chat tonight. I appreciate it, guys. That's one of the things I enjoy doing. I like the social interaction that comes from this. So if you guys want to Facebook friend me. I like talking with people on Facebook. I've called listeners that have wanted me to call them about stuff. The meetups, the chat.
And you'll be looking for Rob Lehman.
Yeah.
Not LD. Rob Lehman is his actual, yeah. So
that's the kind of stuff I enjoy doing, and Ryan knows that. So,
Rob is really good. And he's just really busy. We would like to, I've talked to Rob about bringing him on to do a little bit more, but man, he's got a, but he does do what he can. And that's one of them, is he's really good with the social and chatting with you guys. Although he can't pay attention to what I'm saying when he's chatting. But other than that,
right.
no.
I've got my own side business, and I'm hammered. I don't have time. But.
Yeah. But he still does this on top of it and still gets over here. So I use him for whatever I can without burning him out. I try to be real careful about that. So, all right, guys, God bless you, and hope if anybody's down there, you can do the meetup. More information will be coming out.
We've already got people ready to meet up in Colorado 2016.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. See, we'll definitely do another. If this goes well, guys, which I expect it to, I don't care if 2 people sign up, as long as I just want to meet whoever wants to. I don't expect it to be some 1,000 event. That's not the point. The point is just give people the opportunity. And yeah, we'll hopefully be doing one in Colorado. That would be awesome. All right, guys, God bless, and go to sleep. Dream about riding, man. You should be dreaming about riding. All right, guys, later.
Later.